we will discuss another forms of IP, although you may ask me what forms of IP involved in there, but its value is immense. Just like say people tell about the stories of Coca-Cola. Similarly, you understood that source code of Windows. Okay. Similarly, lots of other examples are there. If you consider utility and value, it has huge utility and value. Okay. Just like say give the example of Coca-Cola and its formulations, window and its source code. Similarly, lots of others things are there or you cannot deny it, their value or importance. So, on that premises, I will discuss now about another forms of industrial property or intellectual property, definitely industrial property, that is called trade secret. Sometime we referred say another part of trade secret or another part in respect of business world, academic world, we call it confidential informations. So, I will just discuss now trade secret, confidential information, all those elements, because you will work in an organization or you are a part of a particular systems, you have to know about some things. Okay. So, now what is trade secret? First discussed on that part. The definitions have defined components that I have created here. Say let us say trade secret includes information or trade secret have, we can consider secret means information. What is the nature of information? Informations have commercial value. So, information means not a mere information, information having commercial value. So, you may ask me how will you decide whether that information having the commercial value or not, that has to be, you have to assess in your organization. When you are thinking about trade secret part, then you are thinking about the information. Okay. Now, you are thinking about, let us say if I ask whether E is equal to MC square is an information, I will say yes. Whether your client list is information, I will say yes. Whether a chemical formula like C6H6 N12 is an information, yes. Whether a particular temperatures and pressure for a reaction is an information, I will say yes. Okay. So, like say a list can be elaborated. So, now you are deciding whether E is equal to MC square, just like it is now public document, you are thinking about E is equal to MCX. I already referred that MCX in the first class, or not M, that N. You are not telling the mass, but let us say some others number. Okay. So, whether this will be having the some value, that part has to be definitely you have to decide. So, now in respect of infringement suits also, the court will decide whether information having the commercial value or not. So, commercial value, the information should have commercial value, and you have taken sufficient reasonable step to keep it secrets, because it is trade secret. You are keeping your information in a public websites that is accessible to all, then you are not treating it as a secret information. You have to take a reasonable precaution. Step 2, keep it secret, and also this will give you a competitive edge over your competitors. Okay. So, trade secret I am just creating like this way. So, any informations having commercial value and the organization is keeping sufficient steps to keep it secret, and definitely in return organization will get a competitive edge over the others with reference to that informations. That will come in the form of trade secret. Clear? So, now what are the different information I already referred? Now, let us take that. Information includes sales method, distribution methods, consumer profile, advertising strategies, list of supplier, client, and manufacturing processes. So, these are the say inclusive definition. Inclusive information includes various things, just like a sales method. I am telling about that. Okay, you have created a unique selling method of your product. That also you are ultimately keeping within the organization part sufficient such a way that it is a secret, that also it will be considered as a trade secret. So, distribution method, just like a sales method, distribution method, all those things also coming up. So, these are the marketing components and also technical components, manufacturing process, formula, design, drawing, algorithms, just like in respect of software specifically, a lot of components may come up in the form of trade secrets, just like including how you are designing your codes, structure, sequencing, all those things you may kept within the purview of trade secret, just like consider examination systems, examination conduction software, examination systems, method, whatever let us say consider. I am thinking about TCS has been designed and practicing, and by virtue of that they are getting some competitive edge. So, that way examination soft code, whatever they have divided for examination software. So, that also will be considered information. Similarly, let us say you have created a design or drawing for a manufacturing unit. So, that way the manufacturing unit, just like in nice way you have created a design of manufacturing unit, or you have created a design of a particular product, or all those things will come in the form of informations. So, information understood, the list of information is used including the technical components and commercial component, because trade secret, trade involves commerce specifically. So, understood what is trade secret. Okay. So, now trade secret I also told you that I was in you work in organization. So, definitely you should know about another term, this confidential information. Okay. So, confidential informations. Confidential informations, here the difference between the trade secret and confidential informations will lie on the term called commercial value. So, confidential information does not contains any commercial value, but trade secret commercial value is primary importance and also this competitive edge others. So, confidential information does not contain any commercial value. So, now if I put up subset and superset, so trade secret information are confidential informations, but all trade secrets are not confidential information. So, it will come within the purview of subset of superset is confidential information. Okay. So, that way confidential information will differ from trade secret. So, now why it is coming in the form of intellectual property? I will say that it has huge utility, it has value associated with that. So, you can apply the utility theory, you can apply that economical theory called investment theory here also for creation of those information. You have to invest. So, for that reasons also it has economic value or return on investment required. So, it is coming in the form of intellectual property or industrial property. Okay. So, now say just like say article 39 of the TRIPS agreement, that they have referred just like say the information must be secret, that it is not generally known among or readily accessible to circles that normally deals with that kinds of information in question. It must have commercial value because it is secret. It must have been subject to reasonable step by the rightful holder of information to keep it secret. That I already referred to something how you are characterizing in the form of trade secret that they are trying to refer. Okay. So, why it is important? Why it is important? Trade secret is an important parameters you understood now. So, why it is IP? Importance of trade secret, and so just like say story suggested that that again story just like a Coca-Cola formula, Pepsi have tried to do reverse engineering, because you understood I already referred in IC layout design class, the reverse engineering is a valid defense in respect of trade secret. So, if somebody reverse engineer and developed that information which you are claiming as a trade secret, then it will not and you are claiming that okay, that person has committed theft with reference to my trade secret, then that will not be considered as a offense in respect of theft of trade secret, because he has developed that thing by reverse engineering route. Okay. So, that way that reverse engineering is a valid defense. So, understood that definitely if you have thought about your informations or is embedded in a product and somebody can easily do reverse engineering out of that product, then it is not worth to consider in the form of a trade secret. Okay. So, reverse engineering, if you are feared of reverse engineering about that code or formula or information, then definitely it will be not considered secret after some time. Just like say for the reason the story suggested that Coca-Cola formula, Pepsi has tried to do reverse engineering, because you understood the Coca-Cola test and Pepsi test, the formula they are using to get that kinds of test is considered their trade secret. Okay. So, Pepsi had make an attempt to do a reverse engineering, but they have not reached to that formula. So, for that reason the test are differed in Pepsi and Coke, and understood that they have to take a sufficient step, to keep it secret. So, that way that people suggested Coca-Cola what strategy they have adopted in respect of trade secret. They have disclosed that information or related to that formula among the top management people only. They have not given the access with reference to that secret information to majority of the not beyond particular people. Okay. So, that way they are are making, they were the story suggested that the people who know the Coca-Cola trade secret, maybe three people or three management people know the trade secret, they don't fly in a same plane, because if the plane crashes, then you understand they will lose the trade secret. That's the story. Okay, so that way the people should take so reasonable steps with reference to the trade secrets. Okay, you got the thing. So how they are thinking about that reasonable steps they are for creating. That's just like say if it is for reference to the trade secret. Okay. So now what is trade secret you understood? Okay. So that information having commercial value, reasonable step to keep it secret, and competitive edge. The component required in reference to the trade secrets. Okay. So if I ask whether what is confidential information, you understood the confidential information means any information which you are keeping it in confidence. Say if you have kept some information in confidence, that will be considered as confidential information, but the trade secrets includes, just like say, is a subset of confidential information. That confidential information having some value, commercial value, will be considered as trade secrets. So it is as a subset of confidential information. Okay, so now confidential information or trade secret contains say different elements, including commercial elements. Commercial elements means I want to mention that say business strategies, business related informations, client list, sales method, advertisement methods, then design, drawing, manufacturing methods, formulas, all sorts of things will come in the purview of trade secret. So intellectual involvement in respect of trade secret definitely is there. Why not? Just like a chemical formula, client list, process parameters, all the things are coming in the form of trade secret, and for that reason we are considering those in the form of intellectual properties specifically. Okay. So so that way the trade secret is so important in respect of business world specifically, just like say they are considering trade secret as an important assets for the organization. So they generally strategize that what will be considered on the form of a trade secret, what will be considered in the form of patent, which will be whether it will be worth to get it in the form of patent, or it is better to keep as a trade secret. So advantage, disadvantage with reference to that I will discuss later on. But if I asked you what is the problem with reference to the trade secret, problem with reference to the trade secret, problem that you have to be fear of reverse engineering. Okay. You have to be fear of public disclosure, or so you may say that disclosure. If it is disclosed somehow to the public, okay, to the public, what do you mean by public? That is the different issues. That like okay, the issue is that whether it is disclosed beyond the organization will be considered a public disclosure, or if it is disclosed within the organization also may lead to the public disclosures. That the questions. Okay. So they have to be always fears of reverse engineering and public disclosures. Just like if you disclosed your client list in your website, though you are not considering that in the form of a trade secret. Okay. If you want to disclose your client profile in the trades your website, then it is public disclosure. Definitely you are not considering that in the form of a trade secret. or you are disclosing your say advertisement strategy, then that is also not as trade secret. Okay. So, now what I want to mention that you have to be feared of reverse engineering always, that trade secret whether the informations a competitor or any user get by virtue of reverse engineering, then there is no secrecy involved in respect of that informations. So, then it will lose the secrecy, then it will not be considered as trade secret. So, now how you are strategize that whether it is will come in the form of trade secret or it should go for by others means for protection, that you have to strategize. If I will suggest, if something is difficult to reverse engineering, then you think about trade secret. Definitely that having should have commercial value, that part you have to decide, not like a the any information, private informations or others that should have information should have commercial value, that definitely you will try to keep it as a trade secret. If that information can easily be reverse engineering, then you should go think about other forms of IP depending upon the nature of the information. Just like say, if I ask the client list, if it is you are producing those client list in a public domain, then definitely you can still get one form of IP out of client list, that is copyright. If you are thinking about a design or a drawing, then you thought about that design and drawing in the form of patent, if it is a functionality, or it is aesthetic in the form of industrial design, or it is a layout, thought about IC layout. So, try to protect those things in that forms of IP, then you put those things in a public domain. Okay. So, that way you have to strategize your IP or your creation for getting some value out of that. So, now the advantage with reference to the trade secret, that trade secret there is no specific time frame for your right. It may be a one day, it may be 100 years also. Why? So, that how long you will able to keep it as secret, your rights will exist for that period only. When you will ultimately will be it will be disclosed to the public, automatically that secrecy will be lost. So, that lead to that you will losing the rights over your trade secret. So, that way that if something is not easy to reverse engineer, then I will suggest you may go for TS, trade secret. If something is easy to difficult to reverse engineering, sorry, difficult to reverse engineering, then you should go for trade secret. If it is easy to, so reverse engineering is easy, then you should go for other form of IP. Reverse engineering is difficult, then you are coming for trade secret. So that way you are strategizing your creations. Again, once again I am repeating that components. Okay. So, now so that importance of trade secret, you understood why it is so important in respect of a business circle specifically. It is definitely generating some return on investment to the organizations, and organization is strategizing their IP based on their natures. So, how they will strategize that, whether it is easy to reverse engineer, that definitely their technical contributions, a technical people, or the nature of informations, you have to nice way analyzed appropriately, just like say whether by means of some chemical etching or some others ways, people will able to identify the design involved in that chips, or they will ultimately abstract the software and able to identify the code embedded within that software, that they can that part have to be only judged by the creators or the people who has involved in respect of that creations. They can only judge that part. Okay. So, this is the important things to learn, that when you are working in an organizations, so that organization kept sufficient steps regarding this. Specifically, they consider trade secret and confidential information as an important thing within the purview of organization premises. Okay, so now let's summarize. Although I have repeated same thing several times, now till summarize the things. So, trade secret is also considered as one form of industrial property or intellectual property. Why trade secret is a form of intellectual property? If I ask the questions, I think you will try to answer those things based on the philosophical aspects also, based on the economical aspects also. You try to apply the economical theory in respect of trade secret. You try to apply the philosophical theory with reference to trade secret. You know what is trade secrets as per TRIPS agreements definitions, that is widely acceptable definitions, and why, how long it is protected, all those things you have learned out of this class. Okay, now I am closing the class with reference to the basics of trade secret now, and subsequent class I will discuss about the protections mechanisms of trade secret for different countries also I will try to touch.